What's going on, ZERT Nation? XP001 here. Hey, if you live in Southern California, talking Orange County, LA County, San Bernardino County, San Diego area, you're missing out. The ZERT guys that we got out there are a fucking great bunch of dudes. Most importantly, those guys literally almost have a meet and greet range day every month. So if you live in the area, you're not a member or you are a member, it's time to get on ZERTNation.com, join, get tapped into the network so you can go out there and shoot and train with a bunch of like-minded individuals. They got a lot of good guys out there. The reason why I'm saying this is we just ran the executive protection pistol class at Burrow Canyon last Saturday. And this is for 2017. We're rebranding training. We're creating more value to you as a member or a potential member out there. I just want to kind of give my AAR. I know one of our members, Matt, gave an awesome after-action review on the squadron pages on Facebook, but I just want to give you my count of what went on. We had 20 motivated members out there. I had Instructor Perez, who's 10 years in protective services and now with the Fortune 5 corporation. We had XP016, who just retired from the local, police department. So we had a great group of core instructors and RSOs, and Mr. Perez, who's a retired LAPD captain for protective services as well, that was out there to support me on this new class. We've run an EP pistol class before. I've revamped it for 2017. So basically we just started off with a CTE, a critical task evaluation, and I broke down, we did a defensive marksmanship drill, which was a now drill. What can you do right now, cold with no training? Then we scored and timed them. Then we brought them back to 25 meters, and they had to shoot basically a 12-inch circle at 25 yards, slow fire, 10 rounds, and that was a humbler. So that's an advanced marksmanship drill. So we just made you realize, what are your capabilities? Are you capable of engaging a threat out at 25 yards? Now, it seems kind of far, but what if you're in a mall, a parking lot, etc.? Know your capabilities. That, I think, was the biggest eye-opener for a lot of the members in the class. Then we moved on to shooting from concealment, how to properly draw from concealment, how to reholster for concealment. Then in executive protection, we broke some myths. Everyone talks about you got to keep your hands free, right, to get to your gun. Well, I broke those myths. We started with a 2.5 second par time, had their hands on top of their heads, interview stance, out, hands to the sides, hands to the back, and all 20 people on the line, after an extensive dry practice, then live fire, we're all making the 2.5 second par time no matter where their hands were at, right? And then we started speeding it up to 2 second par time. Great bunch of students that got in there. Then we basically went into shooting from retention. Close quarters, when I talk about fighting in the phone booth, shooting from close retention, then striking, clutching, and then also we implemented not only shooting from retention, but in incorporating type 1 malfunctions that could happen when in a combative situation drawing your firearm. That was the flat range mentality training that we did. Then we got the combative pads, the blue guns, and then we brought in the 360, the actual having them strike, try to get to their firearm, get their gun out, which was an eye-opener because, then they had an understanding of why we do certain things on the flat range, because it applies when you start getting that 360 environment, right? Then from there, we got into weapon takeaways. Normally we don't deal with combatives in most of the ZERT classes, the firearms classes, but now that I got the blue guns, the striking pads, we're starting to implement that. I created just a simple system on if a gun is drawn to you in a threatening manner, regardless if it's, one-handed, support-handed, just a simple one-step subconscious method that they can to redirect or navigate that muzzle off their body, off their client, off their family member, and then we built building blocks from there, regardless if it was, stripping the firearm, striking, kicking, etc. Then we went strictly into walking formations. Now, walking formations dry. We didn't get to do live fire because we were cut. The range actually had to shut down an hour early, so we didn't get to implement a lot of the rehearsals that I wanted to. But walking formations on EP, doing it dry and live fire, contact front, rear, left, right, and rotating positions could be a whole day worth of training. So what I'm going to do now is, as we're always learning here at ZERT, every time we run a class, we're evaluating the way we instruct, the curriculum, the timelines. I'm going to start implementing the EP pistol class into a 2-day course because I want to add more value, and I want to make sure we get through the content so you can see the progression of your level through day 1 and day 2, which adds value. And you could take those new training templates that we have here at ZERT, take them home, practice them, then rehearse them with all your ZERT brothers and sisters out there on those monthly range days or meet and greets. So with that being said, guys, if you're not a member, that's some of the benefits of being a ZERT member. You know, if you live in California, join ZERT, get tapped in the network. Got a great bunch of guys out there. You know, we had guys coming in all the way from, you know, Bakersfield, San Diego. And I think, you know, one of the big reasons why California Troop, now Central California has a great bunch of guys. NorCal has a small group, but basically California, you guys got great weather. And, you know, your rights are being infringed as far as, you know, your Second Amendment rights with all the new restrictions, but you guys are out there exercising your rights every month, making that happen, guys. So if you haven't joined, get on ZERTnation.com, get on the network, meet like-minded individuals. Great fucking bunch of guys out there, man. Really good bunch of dudes, and a big shout out to all you savages out there that were in that class. I'm really proud of you guys, and it's great to see some of you guys that taken ZERT classes before, and now the progression. Big shout out to Anthony Dominguez. He's one of the point of contacts out there. He hosts, you know, little meet and greets, dry fire, and that's what it's about, guys. Getting together, practicing, honing your skills, and holding each other accountable, right? And now those guys can take some templates from that EP training and rehearse and practice with your crew. So now remember, guys, if you're new to this, you don't know what ZERT Nation's about, go to our Facebook page. Look at our 10,000 plus pictures. Look at our 600 plus videos that we've done, probably over 1,000 on Facebook. Go to our YouTube channel, go to our website, see what we're about, guys. And guess what? If you're too cool for fucking ZERT, well then I can't help you, man, because the key thing is that we all started somewhere. We all came from somewhere. And if you're hungry for knowledge, you'll always learn to better yourself. ZERT, the ZERT network is where it's at. So big shout out to all the ZERT members in SoCal. And I'm looking forward to get back out there. Our next class at Burro Canyon in California is March 4th. It's a defensive shotgun class with our instructor, Mr. Chief. They call him Chief. He's a Chief Warrant Officer in the U.S. Army Special Forces, and he'll be out there, and he has a great one-day shotgun course that we're going to deliver to you guys out of Burro Canyon. Shotgun's an underestimated weapon, guys. So, and it's California friendly. That's the great part. So for all you also, guys, we're looking to start implementing some training here in Vegas. To do so, if you are traveling from California and you're a law-abiding citizen, you can legally loan a gun. We're going to start having loaner rifles for you guys, so you can come out and conduct training out here in California without worrying about bullet buttons, magazine capacities, or spending additional money that you don't need to. Another value added for ZERT training, ZERTnation.com. I'm XP001. Thanks for tuning in. Out. You guys got a double one.
The ZERT Membership Pack is your gateway to a worldwide organization dedicated to building a safe and trained community armed with the proper mindset to see you and your family through to safety. The first-year membership pack includes ZERT 702 black t-shirt, 5-inch ZERT 702 patch in PVC, your call sign and squadron assignment, ZERT membership certificate, official membership card with your call sign, 10 ZERT recruitment cards, access to discounts from ZERT-approved vendors, 15% off most ZERT merchandise year-round. In addition to the membership pack, once you join, you receive the following privileges: access to the ZERT forum and exclusive online videos, access to training events and special forces instructors, training cost is additional, members-only newsletter, admittance to over 90 private squadron and state Facebook groups, attend members-only events, participate in contests and giveaways. Join us today and get started meeting the members in your area. Privileges are just that and can be revoked at any time. Management reserves all rights. Facebook rules and regulations apply. ZERT, not just an organization, it's a lifestyle. ZERTnation.com.